Screw it. I'm going to do it. Aaron Rodgers says he might play in 2025. What are the trappings there? With a new coach going to come in, money, all of that stuff. What does that mean, Tom?
Well, here's what I would say, Rich, is we went from Aaron Rodgers at the end of his time in Green Bay, kind of on a year-to-year basis, musing about how much longer he wanted to do it. At one point, a couple seasons before he left Green Bay, essentially, letting the Packers know, like, I don't want to be here. I want to go someplace else, or else I'll just retire. They end up paying him. He wins another MVP. Then things go sideways again. They trade him to the Jets. Then through the process of tearing the Achilles. And of course, when they trade for him, the way they structured the contract, by Rodgers' own words, he was thinking of it as a 2-year proposition. He effectively lost 2023. Then the more he talked, and of course, Rodgers talks a lot publicly, he started talking about 2 years or maybe 3 more years and things like that. So for him, with reporters the other day, when he was asked, has it changed your mind? Do you intend to play? And he said, I think so, yes. That to me was a big walk it back moment for Aaron Rodgers. That's probably, it's probably partly a reflection of how Aaron Rodgers is feeling at a time where, you watched that play the other day after the incompletion, Devontae Adams in the end zone, 4th and goal. Rodgers is scrambling around and gets absolutely blasted and is face down on a bad team, 3-7. And I watched that play and I'm just like, he has to be thinking, what am I doing? Why am I out here? But it's also a function of, you don't know what's going to happen with the Jets. First of all, you don't know necessarily who is going to be running that organization atop the coaching search, because Donald Trump just won. Woody Johnson was his ambassador to the UK in his first term. Woody, from everything I understand, would certainly like to be a part of a potential administration in some type of post. So it could be his brother Christopher, who's a very sharp, nice, good guy, who also, is a different personality than Woody. That could alter the direction that you go in terms of what type of coach you hire and what that process looks like. Does Aaron Rodgers want to stick around if they say, hey, we're bringing in a totally different, we're going to hire some offensive coordinator who runs a totally different system? Does he want to be a part of that? Does he have the same level of input? If not, or if the Jets say, thanks, Aaron, this really didn't work out for 2 years, we're going to let you move on. We're either going to release you or we're going to try to trade you. Does he want to go and try this again at age 41 and find that balance of trying to bring along the young guys and also bring in some of his old guys? Is anybody going to let him do that based on the level of play? There's a lot of ins and outs of this, Rich, and it is one of the biggest stories. Season's not over yet.
Right.
For the Jets, but into the offseason, this is one of the biggest stories in football.
Well, I mean, Saleh wound up getting fired eventually because Christopher Johnson was the one who hired him while Woody was overseas in the UK. And, from what I'm hearing, he's going to stick around long enough to make this coaching decision and then maybe go back. I don't know. But it was interesting when Rodgers like, yeah, I think so. And it's just like, well, that obviously is a large piece of the puzzle, but there's so many other moving parts. That's why I wanted to ask you, Tom. I appreciate the time, brother. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.